Today, we actually have a really good topic to dive right into. So, we're going to start off this video pod just jumping right into it. But before we do, some minor little updates. Did I just say mining? I got to re listen to this when I'm editing. Minor updates. Mining level is 86. Utterly hating this skill. Can't wait until level 92, and then I can AFK a little more at these little doodads. But yeah, otherwise, for anyone, my fellow mining brother and sisters out there, this skill, it sucks. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive into this topic that I'm actually really revved up and excited. Got some great pumpkin little coffee in me. Homemade, keto-friendly little pumpkin coffee. I did actually make a video on it. Where is the screen? Screen needs to... Nope, that's the wrong screen. Ah, there we go. Technical issues. Go away. Okay, yep, technical issues have gone away. So I ended up posting this on my social media pages, which feel free to follow me if you haven't done so. Follow me on X, NightmareRH, Facebook, NightmareRH. Obviously, if you're watching this on YouTube, that's a no-brainer. I probably should replace the YouTube with like a Twitch logo. Actually, I'm probably going to. Some dirty fart knocker stole the name NightmareRH on Snapchat. So if you add NightmareRH, well, it's not me. So don't come crying to me if you add NightmareRH on Snapchat and somebody sends you a picture of their slong. I personally would never do that. I have sent plenty drunk Snapchats in my day, but never have sent a picture of my, where the sun don't shine. Okay, what is this? This is a glorious cash stack. So on RuneScape 3, I actually made back all my GP that I ended up spending on my Necromancy armor. For anyone out there that doesn't know what Necromancy is, it's a new style of combat on RuneScape 3. Yes, RS3 has 4 styles of combat. You got your typical melee, range, magic, mage, and then you also have Necromancy. Necromancy armor actually does not degrade, so that's a win. Not to mention, Necromancy does so much more damage than melee, range, and mage. It's really pointless to be fighting monsters without doing Necromancy. It's just really one of those things. The entire armor set cost me about 2.5 bill GP, which is about 250 mil on old school RuneScape. But I ended up posting this saying, what would happen if the max cash stack on old school RuneScape basically pretty much got modified like RuneScape 3? Would it change the game drastically? Would it hurt the game at all? Would the sentiment really be changed? Or is the max cash stack really just a sentimental value to RuneScape as a whole? Now, I have actually been planning my next RuneScape tattoo. I'm currently working on Nemesis. I posted a couple videos on this a while ago, but I'm finishing up a traditional Resident Evil leg sleeve. I ended up doing the Tyrant from the first Resident Evil game. Then I did William Birkin from Resident Evil 2. I did Phase 2 and then Phase 3. Those were my favorite phases of him. Phase 2 is the big eyeball and basically William Birkin holding a steel rod. Phase 3 is when he has like 4 arms and stuff. So, yep, I did William Birkin, the Tyrant. Then I did Mr. X, and now I'm doing Nemesis. Believe that's pretty much, yep. So once Nemesis is done, I'm actually planning a new RuneScape tattoo. And I actually thought about doing this a couple years ago, but never really went forward with it. Pretty much getting the max cash stack of 2.147 billion GP tattooed on my body. Why? Is because, well, I'm a hardcore RuneScapian player, and Well, I mean, I got a rack sword tattooed on my body, not to mention the King Black Dragon. I'm also born in the year of the King Black Dragon, 1980, or I'm born in the year of the dragon, 88. So it would make sense to get the King Black Dragon tattooed on me, right? Except a typical dragon does not have 3 heads. And yes, I do have the old school dragon tattooed on me. But anyways, the Max Cash Stack has been very nostalgic over the years, and the history of it is so this is modern day RuneScape. Modern day RuneScape, the new cash stack limit is utterly unreal. Quintillion? I honestly don't. I believe that is above a trillion. Might actually let's go ahead and see here. Might actually 1,000 to the power. I don't even know how many zeros. Quintillion, million raised power 5. What is bigger, quad or quint? Yeah, this is just very big. I highly doubt that anyone is going to reach this limit anytime soon. This is like, I believe it's 10 times greater than being a trillionaire. Or, yeah, it's something, we're getting off topic here. I highly doubt somebody on RuneScape 3 is going to have that. Are there trillionaires on RuneScape 3? Yes, there are. There are party hat hoarders on RuneScape 3, but I highly doubt there are people walking around with like this amount. I believe a quintillion would be above 9,999,999,999,999 trillion, or it might even go above that. I really don't know. So why didn't RuneScape 3 do this a lot sooner, like back in 2014 when RuneScape 3 was launched? Nobody really knows. I mean, that's more so a Jagex-related question than me. I can really only speculate that probably not a lot of people really was begging for this to happen. There is an abundance of wealth on RuneScape 3 compared to old school RuneScape. A very large abundance. So it's one of those things like RuneScape 3 out there is slowly getting every skill to level 110, which I think is really stupid. You might as well just make just about every skill to like 120 on RuneScape 3. I mean, it's so many people have an abundance of EXP also. But the old cash stack limit of 2.147 billion is very, very nostalgic. I believe it was back in like 2010, I want to say, that I ended up getting my first cash stack to 2.147 bill. And it was like a very insane moment. I believe that my entire bank on old school RuneScape is like 2.3 bill. So theoretically, I could sell my entire bank for a max cash stack. Not really sure if that would be good or bad, but I mean, it's a very nostalgic number. Now, RuneScape 3 is a completely separate beast. Nostalgic stuff on RuneScape 3 really doesn't exist. I mean, old school RuneScape is the nostalgic era of RuneScape 3, pretty much. But, yeah, I mean, why did it is because the 32-bit what was it? It was a Java scripting. So, yeah, so basically years ago when RuneScape first launched as a web browser game, it was a Java, because it was a Java-based game. RuneScape started out as a Java-based game. Now it's not a Java-based game anymore. But because of that, a character could only go to 2.147 billion, hence a max cash stack of 2.147 billion GP. Right? Old school RuneScape, and also on a closing note to RuneScape 3 here, but on RuneScape 3, the way that people would trade stuff is by spirit shards. Spirit shards are equal to platinum tokens on old school RuneScape. I mean, on old school RuneScape, that's pretty much what is used as kind of like a trading, in a way, kind of like a trading system per se. So on RuneScape 3, if you want to trade something more outside of the max cash stack of 2.147 bill before this update happened, you would use spirit shards. However, on old school RuneScape, you got basically platinum tokens, which is very widely used. Now, I ended up, like I said, posting this on my X page and also Facebook page, and I got a lot of replies from quite a few people. Quite a few people hit me up saying, hey, this would definitely be a good talking point for a video. What negative impacts to old school RuneScape would there be, if anything, if the max cash stack really went away? As for the nostalgic aspect, that would be forever lost. And I mean, there are so many things out there that we can go ahead and talk about for hours and videos to really come of things that used to exist on this game that just really doesn't exist anymore, that has basically been lost over the progression of RuneScape. So if the max cash stack were to go away on old school RuneScape, the nostalgic aspect would definitely be lost. But would it really impact the game as if they started at, like, imagine if Sailing, the new skill, came out and the old school RuneScape team was like, haha, screw you all. You got to train this to 104 million EXP to get, like, a cape, right? That would be a lot of flipping out, because a lot of people would be saying, no, this is like RuneScape 3, you shouldn't be doing this. I can honestly understand that and very much relate to a lot of the negativity that would be there. A lot of people are already not liking the Sailing experience so far. So for someone to train that to 104 million EXP, you're talking training that essentially, oh boy, like, where's my handy dandy calculator? 104 divided by 13. You're training the skill 8 times to get to 104 million EXP. A lot of people would not be on board with that. And that would just really demotivate a lot of people to do stuff as well, which is very unfortunate. Removing the max cash stack, would it really affect the economy per se? I mean, you got the Scythe on old school RuneScape, which is just unbelievable. It's almost at max. Actually, I believe it is at trade. It could be it could honestly be above. Let's go ahead and see. What is the price value on this thing? Real-time prices, sure. Let's go here, and yeah, just it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. So you're talking 1.8 billion GP for the Scythe, right? Will it pass 2.1 bill someday? Yeah, it probably most likely will. I mean, there's no guarantee, but I mean, it is a very great weapon on this game. Definitely do regret buying one when it was like 600 mil. So do many other people out there. It's unreal. But removing the max cash stack, nostalgic effect goes away. Would it take away the use of those platinum little coins or tokens, I should say? It definitely would. Would it make DMing very different? But you see, I actually talked to a couple people about DMs, because PvP for DMs, like high risking, high staking, it's very much like it's not as like very game content that it used to be. By all means, if you upload videos on YouTube of you staking, DMing people, you're going to be getting a tremendous amount of views. It's definitely there for like views on YouTube, but as for, do a lot of people really do it? Not a lot of people actually, but it is really fun to watch. I will say that. So watching the aspect is really there. As for the doing aspect, probably a lot of people don't really partake in that, unlike, years ago. I talked about this in a previous video last week. RuneScape 2 really was bread and butter of PKing. Everyone wanted to PK. Everyone wanted to go out and do some, player versus player stuff. Now everyone on old school RuneScape wants to do raids, which is why a Scythe is so expensive. People want to raid. Yes, having a Scythe during a raid is going to be better for you. It's going to make your experience a lot, easier. You have the best melee weapon in the game. But oh boy, this is really a tough one. Removing the max cash stack on old school RuneScape, I don't know how it would affect the economy. The economy on RuneScape 3 really did not see any shift, but then again, there was such an abundance of GP. Is there an abundance of GP on old school RuneScape? You wanna know what? Speaking in 2025, yeah, there probably is. Back in maybe 2015 when the game was only 3 years old, or the game variant was 3 years old, probably not. You got Iron Man accounts out there. Iron Man that can't trade at all. You have Iron Mans rocking well beyond a max cash stack of a bank. I actually have a couple in my clan. Yeah, a couple Iron Man. They have a Scythe of Virtue. They have max gear. They have Torva. So I mean, you can be an Iron Man walking around with a max cash stack in your bank, and that does not affect the economy whatsoever. Unless you go ahead and drop all your items and someone like me picks it up and then I sell it, that's a little different story. But I don't really think it would affect the economy so much because there is an abundance of wealth. So many people play old school RuneScape for the nostalgic feeling. Not to mention a lot of people watch my content for the nostalgic effect too. Love you all. Really much appreciation. And we'll continue to produce content. But, oh man, this is definitely a very tricky thing to dive into. I don't believe it will hurt the economy. I believe that it would probably maybe hurt the sentiment a little bit. You probably will have a very large amount of people saying, hey, this is turning into RuneScape 3. Maybe we should go ahead and redo this. So then maybe a solution, if this ever does come down the poop chute, maybe it should be an option to toggle. Ah, yeah. Old school RuneScape team. If you're listening, maybe you will listen. I don't know. Jagex is like really never listened to me. It would be pretty cool if there was a toggle option. So on RuneScape 3, you have the option to toggle if you want to turn off your 120s. So let's go ahead and say I get to 120 fletching. The skill of fletching on RuneScape 3 is 99. Or I believe it might be 110 now. Bad example. Let's go ahead and say hit points. Hit points on RuneScape 3 is 99. However, I have 200 million EXP in hit points. There is an option that can make my account be virtual. And I can go ahead and see 120 hit points. So, why not have the option on old school RuneScape to toggle if you have max cash stack or not? I think when it comes down to someday, and it will be someday, it may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, or this year, or next year, it's going to be someday in the future where there is so much GP on old school RuneScape, so much GP. Maybe a new weapon like the Scythe is going for 10 billion GP, like some of the ridiculous stuff on RuneScape 3. The old school RuneScape team is probably going to look at their statistics and be like, so many people have GP, let's go ahead and do away with the max cash limit if we can. And I really do hope they add the option for a cosmetic look for you to choose if you want a max cash stack or not. If the max cash stack really does go away, I gotta get it tattooed on my body. I mean, it is just such a nostalgic looking thing. 2.147 bill. So nostalgic, it is something that everyone on this game, like when you see it, you just hear the RuneScape sensational music. You just wanna just jam out to some RuneScape metal and just, yeah, just go ahead and just pump out some RuneScape tunes, baby. Hopefully I didn't blow out anybody's eardrums. Daniel Tidwell, he is still going to release Sea Shanty 2, old school RuneScape music cover. Can't wait for that. But otherwise, let me know down below in the comment section what your thoughts and opinion on the old school RuneScape max cash going bye-bye. If it's going to really affect things, if you think it will be devastating, or if you think maybe you someday will get a RuneScape tattoo of the max cash stack also. So now on a very much final closing note, really do wish that everyone is going to have a great Taco Tuesday, great Tuesday and Wednesday. Probably going to see you all with a new video. Oh boy, what is going on here? Hold on. My computer may just get a blue screen of death. I've had 2 blue screens dead. Okay, I fixed the problem. Woo! Okay. Yeah, that almost crashed my recording device. Woo! OBS, don't fail me now. Okay. Really do hope everyone is having a great day, and probably going to be uploading a new video this Thursday or Friday. I just want to go ahead and say, if you haven't seen this playlist or are unaware, polycystic kidney disease, spreading awareness. This playlist is adding with more and more videos as time goes on. This past weekend, I uploaded a new interview that I did with Dr. Wimes. His research lab and company, Santa Barbara Nutrients, they're producing, or they have done research to produce a dietary management treatment for a very unique type of kidney disease that I have. I got some labs coming up next month that I'll share with you all, but it's very looking good that progression has it's been interrupted, which I'm very fortunate and very happy. There are a lot of people out there that are unaware of this new treatment. Not to mention my pumpkin coffee video is here too. A lot of people are in pain and suffering. I'm not in pain. I'm not suffering. If anything, I actually am very much reaping the benefits. People are not aware of this treatment because their doctors are not aware of it, or they just don't think it's good. I had to leave my doctor's office with a bitter taste in my mouth, and I had to do a lot of self-education and research. By the grace of God, I found these wonderful people. So, if you know anyone out there with kidney problems, please send them, this way, whether it's to my playlist. Like I said, I uploaded a video 2 days ago. I totally get it. It's not RuneScape content, but you could very well find yourself someday dealing with these types of issues, or maybe you know someone, family member or friend. I'm using a mineral drink, Keto Citra, so if you know anyone with chronic kidney disease or polycystic kidney disease, pointing them to a ketone treatment of just literally turning your body into an anti-inflammatory state, not to mention using electrolytes, minerals, potassium, calcium, and magnesium, basically doing a swap. I was eating way too much sodium, aka fast food, processed foods. So, like I said, this is very great information, plus information about oxalates such as kidney stones that a lot of people don't know. People like me can die from kidney stones with this disease, so please do your due diligence, and if you run into someone, be kind, spread awareness. If they tell you to F off, you don't know what you're talking about, hey, at least you tried, right? Since I've gone public with this for the last 3.5 months now, almost 4 months, I've been told to go pound sand. I don't know what I'm talking about, so, I mean, sure. Hey, at least I can go before God and say, hey, I did my due diligence, right? Someone was in need. They told me to go away. Okay, that's on them. Otherwise, if you want more of NightmareRH, check out my book on Amazon Vito. It is a zombie book. I'm actually going to be writing my second book probably in a month or two. Writing for me has become very therapeutic, and I hopefully people out there, you do stuff that is very therapeutic for you as well. Otherwise, I love you all. I'll see you on Thursday, and later.